Tech Garage, presented by Advance Auto Parts, is being brought to you by Airlift, tow and haul with safety and comfort. Dustless Blasting, it's the future of surface preparation. Evapo-Rust, super safe rust remover. And by Advance Auto Parts, let's get you back on the road.
About got it whooped here. Well, welcome back to Tech Garage, presented by Advance Auto Parts. Me and Brian's making some great progress right here.
Yep, I think we're ready to lift it off. Let's give it a little bit of encouragement here. The pry bar, nudge, gentle. This aluminum. We're good. Yep, let me get my air intake off.
Yep.
Good.
Get your vacuum
All the
hoses there.
connectors are loose.
All right.
Let's look for some evidence.
Oh, there's all the evidence you need right there. Check this out.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Wow.
We got RTV and a gasket. Not a good combo.
That's a problem.
I'll tell you
never
what.
want to do that.
I'm going to go over there and get this one cleaned up a little bit. I think that's not a good mix, Brian.
Yeah, amen to that. Okay, so I'll tell you what, while he's prepping that, I'm going to go ahead and get the surface area cleaned here. Couple tips and tricks for you. You want none of this debris falling down into the intake. So I'm going to use rags. I'm also going to use a shop vac, and I'm going to use a cookie on a drill. So with that, let me grab a cookie, the drill, got a shop vac. I'm going to work my way around here. Just gently clean this off, not letting anything fall down in. Again, bad idea. You never ever want to use RTV and a gasket. It's one or the other. And if you have to use RTV, you want that to be sensor safe RTV. All right, this will take just a few minutes to get this clean. Wonder how John's is looking.
Well, I got 3 of the runners done. I got 3 left. But you know, I'm using a non-abrasive. It's not too rough. Cookie kind of cleaner here. It's an air cleaner. You got to be really careful when you're doing this because this is aluminum. So if you grind on it too much, you're actually going to cause an indentation and you'll cause a vacuum leak. You don't want that to happen. You can use a scraper, a razor blade, or even get some gasket remover. Put it on there, let it soften it up, and then remove it. I'm going to go ahead and finish up these 2. Get them nice and clean. I'm moving it pretty quickly and I'm working it as I go around so I don't burn into the aluminum. I want to stop right here for a minute because this is actually the one that was leaking in the front, and you can see here where the actual has been going through the vacuum leak. You can see the little mark there. Probably too much RTV on one side or the other. Might not even have been gasket failure. That's why Brian said RTV or a gasket, either one. Let me finish up getting this cleaned up. I can't stress it enough to make sure that it's absolutely clean. One little piece of debris is going to cause a vacuum leak. Then you just take your gasket, and you can actually see this one here. It's got all the O-rings on here. I mean, it's a good Felpro gasket, everything. It's got a steel backing in there. Not going to have a problem. Match it up, make sure it's going to work. All I got to do now is tote this over to Brian and go ahead and install it.
All right, great. John, I got this deck equally clean over here. I think we're ready for the gasket, buddy.
Well, we got it all right here for you. Got the gasket. It'll pop on those little clips. That's nice because it holds it in place.
Perfect.
And here's a spotless intake mouth. Sure you don't want some RTV?
Yeah, thanks anyway.
We're going straight
Let's
up.
not duplicate the problem,
We're
right?
going straight up gasket with this one, exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
A lot of engineering in today's gaskets, and this thing will do the job.
That's for sure. All right, let me get those spark plug
Yep,
wires
got your
up.
loom
Make
up
sure
there.
Nothing. Really cool. You kind of feel that where it's nice and snug in there. That's good. You know you're not on something. Take a second look around. Put your bolts in. We got a whole pattern. Now the cool part is we went to MotoLogic, and on that website, anytime you do any kind of really engine work, intakes, exhaust, manifolds, you're going to need a torque specification. And you can see it right there. It says the upper intake manifold, stage 1 is going to be 89 inch-pounds. Stage 1, 89 inch-pounds. Then stage 2, rotate them an additional 90 degrees. So, you know, you can use an angled torque gauge, but we just showed 90 degrees. Take your torque wrench, pull it 90 degrees, it'll be good to go. Also, there's a sequence. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, there's a pattern to this. If you don't have all this information, I would really like to have the torque specifications, but the sequence, you can work from the middle and go back. How you coming here?
Absolutely. We're moving right along. And it is just like, you say you're tightening down a head, you always work from the middle and go out. Same thing here, we want to distribute the load evenly and follow those torque specs specifically.
And I'll tell you what, after we smoke this one, we're gonna pull in our project, RSX Resurrection. We'll be right back with more Tech Garage presented by Advance Auto Parts.